It's Friday evening, and I'm sitting outside of Memphis. Friday evening. I'm over here in the great state of Arkansas. I want to take this time and thank everybody that is supporting me through watching my videos. I want to thank everybody for the support. It's not a joke to me. It's not a game. I'm not like a lot of YouTubers just doing this because it's something to do and it's a hot topic. I take this stuff to heart. The stuff I talk about is from the heart. I'm not just latching on to something because it's hot. I'm not in the world and in the church. Everything I'm doing is centered on the Bible. So, the stuff I talk about is coming from here. It's coming from experience. It's coming from stuff I know, stuff I done seen. When I say the churches in Memphis ain't about nothing but money in your booty, in your mind, it's true. That's all they about. Especially the youngers, 30 on down, the older preachers in the city. They side in their way. They scared of everything. They scared to preach the truth. They scared of the younger preachers. And they ain't worth for crap. They ain't worth for nothing. They need to retire. Sit down. Pastor Ray been preaching forever. He ain't never spoke out against anything. Old pimp. Meanwhile, the city steady being taken over by a bunch of young punks, sissies. They sleeping with everything. Everything with a hole in it, they sleeping with it. They giving everything STDs. Darryl Petty's been pastoring the church for almost 20 years now. Last time I heard Darryl Petty talking about, I'm waiting on God to send me a wife. The Bible say, a man that finds a wife finds a good thing. Are you really looking for a wife? What you looking for? What your likes are? What type of woman you like? Waiting on God to send me a wife. The Bible say get married. You supposed to already have a family before you pastor church. Preachers don't adhere to the Bible now. There's plenty of scriptures in there for leaders. They not applying the scriptures to themselves. They just use the Bible for a selling point, a cunning point. Pay your tithe. Using their names. God don't care about your singing, abilities, and all that. When they come to this church, that has nothing to do with anything. God cares less who you are, what your name is, how popular you are, who know you. The apostles weren't trying to make themselves famous and popular. They just preach the scriptures. Paul say, I determine nothing of you. It ain't about me. It's about the scriptures. Who I am is not important. I'm a nobody. Everybody in Memphis want to be celebrities. All them singing groups, women and men. They pay entertainers. All them talking about they full of the Holy Ghost. They don't preach. They not out there preaching against all this homosexuality that's going on in the churches. They not out there preaching against all this lesbianism that's going on in church and how it's affected even younger Christians, younger people, how they being taken advantage of in the church. They ain't concerned about that. They just concerned about their pocketbook. They concerned about packing out concerts on the weekend. Of course, they ain't finna speak out against nothing. They can't. They can't afford to. They gonna go hungry. All them singing preachers in Memphis, women and men, church folk, they ain't worth a damn. They not worth a quarter. I know these folks. And I know I said in my other video, go to churches in Mississippi and all. Don't go to no church within a 150-mile radius of Memphis. Do yourself a favor, avoid all churches. I don't know too much about churches outside the Memphis area. Somebody sent me a message and said, well, there's churches all across. It might be. And I agree with that. But I'm only speaking for what I know, how Memphis is. This sexuality stuff, sexual abuse, and sexual abomination is being a big problem in Memphis for a long time. G.E. Patterson, Brandon Porter, Frankie Ray over there on South Parkway, all the big name preachers in Memphis, they don't talk about stuff like this. They in it for the money themselves. They don't care about the people's soul. They don't care about how young people are being abused in the church. All them they sold to the devil a long time ago for the dollar. They drowning in sin themselves. So they can't preach out against anything. Just don't go to no church in Memphis within a 150-mile radius of Memphis. There's a lot of people on YouTube preaching truth. You ain't got to go sit in the midst of that sin, because all they doing is trying to brainwash and indoctrinate you. I seen plenty of them church directors, big old punks in the church, hooking up with them little boys at the Southland Mall, coming in there meeting them. I seen that stuff. That stuff bad in Memphis. These big old punks. These lesbians. They trying to turn out everybody. All that, I'm telling y'all, all that shouting, fake speaking in tongues they be doing, that stuff just a show. It's time out. It's time to pull the cover off this stuff. Memphis is bad, corrupt. Crime is high in Memphis. On every level. Church crimes. The stuff been bad. I remember when I was a young man, listening to Thad Matthew, he used to cover stories. How preachers been abusing little girls and boys in churches. It's bad in Memphis. I remember a preacher back here in 99 or 2000, 2001, used to pastor that church downtown Memphis, Claiborne Temple. They used to have gospel concerts at that church. That little short preacher would come out there. They would let him open up the program, him and his little praise team in. He would bounce around on there, sing and shout. Little short, chubby preacher. I don't even know if he's still living. He wore glasses. He used to come out there and do everything you see these folks doing in church now. Singing, shouting, crying, speaking in tongues, dancing. He went to prison For what? Raping men. He was raping them men in his church. He had like a board, like a homeless shelter in the church, and he was men. He was found out to be raping them men. It's bad in Memphis. I don't know what it is. Why sexual sin and activities are so high in the church. I don't know why it is like that. But it is. Y'all be better off. These old preachers, old established churches, they ain't no benefit to you. They ain't gonna speak out against nothing. They scared of the younger preachers. They scared to speak out. Meanwhile, people are still being destroyed. Young adults are being led down the road of confusion. They being attacked, pimped out. It's happening. They being passed around, filled with STDs. Don't be fooled by the singing and shouting and all that. It's just a front. They might have some form of godliness, but it's just a front. A lot of these young preachers running around Memphis, pastoring these churches, ain't thinking about no woman, ain't trying to get married. In a way, I applaud them, because ain't no need of messing up no married life, messing up a woman's life, but at the same time, the reason why they ain't not getting married is because their lifestyle is against the scriptures. Join my channel. I got enough videos now. I can handle the scriptures pretty good. I'm not as deep as a lot of preachers call themselves are. All you need is basic sermons. I got a wife. I've been married going on 26 years this year. I got the resume. My kids are respectful. My kids don't curse. My kids, you see my children, they're going to be represented well. My house is in order. I ain't begging. I make decent money. I just want my subscribe count to grow. But lead these churches. I'm telling you, abandon. The Bible says, forsaking not to assemble yourself together, but don't assemble yourself in a church with people that you know have wicked, ungodly spirits. They doing this stuff in the opening. The devil got a stronghold on the city of Memphis, in the surrounding area. You go to Memphis, a lot of them preachers live in Memphis. They go to Mississippi and preach on Sunday. A lot of them members go down in Mississippi, Arkansas, to pastor churches. So they back and forth. You ain't safe. Within 150-mile radius of Memphis, you're not safe. Stay at home. Tune me in. I ain't scared of nobody. I don't owe nobody nothing. I can speak the truth. Ain't nobody got nothing over my head. I'm not singing for a living, so I'm not worried about losing fans. I ain't worried about nobody talking about me. It ain't going nowhere. Stuff they gonna talk. It ain't going nowhere. They ain't got nothing to put on me. These singing groups ain't worth a quarter when it come to actually doing something that the Bible say, yeah, they'll sing. They have church all the time. They don't amount to nothing, though. They ain't doing no community service. They ain't getting out there trying to do anything, missionary work. They ain't doing nothing other than singing and filling each other with STDs. That's all they doing. Sleeping around. A lot of them sleeping with women. They passing that stuff around. Sleeping with anything with a hole in it.